That's on my element. I like dark skins, love a melanin, Christian Louis Vuitton. When I'm stepping in, I get all that.
Hello, Rocky Mountain College of All Watching and Viewing. This is your host, Darius Henderson, and this is my Mental Health Awareness and Wellbeing podcast. I am accompanied by two very, very special guests, Max and Rihanna. Today, mental health focus topic will be homesickness. Last week, I briefly kind of stated with Nick Hart about what homesickness is, what that looks like, and with the holidays coming up, I thought it would be interesting to kind of get two different perspectives, given that Max is from New Zealand and Rihanna is from here in hometown, Billings, Montana. With that being said, guys, do you guys mind, well, Max, you can go first, given that you're from out of the country, just given your experiences with homesickness and, you know, just the transition that you had to make coming from New Zealand all the way to here in Montana.
Yeah, for sure. So when I got here last year, I didn't know anyone apart from like coach. The way my recruiting worked out, I didn't even get to meet any of the team before I got here.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of tough, but like I just made it a point to go and, you know, talk to people and all that. So like I made a few friends quite quickly, but then after a bit of time, like I was missing my family, didn't see them that often, so I was feeling a bit sad and just like down. But you know, just like FaceTime and like talking to my family all the time, they like let me know that they're here for me.
Nice. Well, that's very interesting, given that I've been doing a lot of reading and just researching this homesickness, and they say it was one thing that I read. It was saying, you know, when you do get the sadness or, you know, depressed kind of feelings of being away from home, that one of the things you can do is, you know, you can call somebody at home, FaceTime them, but they also said that you also want to be outgoing. You want to, you know, meet new people, make new friends to kind of help deal and manage, you know, those feelings of sadness. So I commend you for doing that. And Rihanna, do you mind kind of giving your perspective or, you know, your experience with homesickness, given that you are here from Montana?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Forsyth, Montana.
Okay.
It's like an hour and a half east of here, maybe. So it's pretty close. Yeah, I just grew up familiar with everywhere, so I don't really have like any homesickness that much.
All right.
When I do, I get to just drive home, you know. So that's nice. I don't really.
Nice. Must be nice. Wow. Jeez. So Max, I mean, just given that, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up and you can't go home, what are some of the ways that you kind of make Montana maybe feel like home, given that you can't actually go home like Rihanna can?
Well, I'm like real grateful that I play a sport because I got like you and the whole team. So like you guys are like my brothers, my family here, and then also got my sister here now, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, just like my friends on the team, having them and just other friends like roommates and stuff, it's just nice to have them around. And like I can go to them. I'm going home with Scott for Christmas, so.
So you go home with one of your teammates, going back to their hometown.
Yeah, back to Missoula, and it's just nice that he's like accepted me and he's basically said, yeah, like my family's your family for this time, so it's just nice to have that.
Bro, that's dope. I feel like, I mean, just me being around you these last 2 years. Yeah. I mean, no offense to my teammate, but you're like probably one of my favorite guys on the team, just given that your personality, you know what I mean? Like you're just outgoing, you know, you're not scared to talk, you like to interact, and I feel like that might play and role, because I mean, if you ask me, I probably thought you was a hometown kid, you know, the way that you move around. Like I very hardly see you kind of sad or, you know, anxious, or like, you know, like you do a really good job with just making sure that you're able to get out and make sure that, you know, you don't really think about home as much. But with that being said, guys, do you guys make my telling people who are watching maybe some advice you would give them on just being homesick, or how to just manage it, or just what you did that helped you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, one of the main things I did was just made an effort to go out and be social, like go and talk to other people, even if I didn't like really want to. Just made an effort, because you can like build up that as a skill, going and talking to people. So just went and did that, found new friends, sort of like take my mind off it.
Right.
Or then I'd like get in the gym, play basketball. That's always like sports, always a good way.
You are a really good player, Max. You are a really good player. And Rihanna, what's some advice that you might give?
My advice would just make new friends, you know, find supporting people that you can connect with and just comfortable with. Yeah, that'll really
No,
help.
that's what's up. I mean, 'cause, just me just being your friend as well. I mean, you given that you are here from Montana, one of the things that, I appreciate you is just that people who aren't from here, I mean, you kind of a good friend, you know what I mean? Like, if your friend needs to ride to go get groceries, like, you would take them. So, I mean, I kind of appreciate, you just, being a real friend and just giving that you kind of know the area. You make people like me and Max feel comfortable, being here in Montana. So I want to, commend you and appreciate you on that. And with that being said, since we're on the topic of homesickness, I'm gonna need you guys to kind of look in the camera and shout out whoever you missed back at home, and then same for you. But before you guys do that, you gotta put on the RMC chains. Yeah, you gotta put on the RMC chains. So you get a green one and a yellow one. Oh. They don't want me to take off my chains. Here you go. There we go. Just look at the camera, you guys shout them out.
Yeah, I just want to say a shout out to my mom and dad back home and my grandma. Missing her a lot, haven't seen her in a while because with the whole COVID thing, she sort of had to isolate, haven't been able to see her even when they did go back. So yeah, missing them a bit, but yeah.
Shout out to moms and grandmas.
I want to shout out my parents and my sisters, both my sisters. It's been hard not watching them play sports this year, not being around them, and just love and miss them. Hope they're doing well.
Nice. Well, I want to give a shout out to you guys for coming on. And, I kind of had some technical early on, but you guys, work with me. So, shout out to you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.